Hello guys, my name is Eridos12 and today I will be talking about the new year in this DevSaber. So, here's what we're going to be dealing with today. Today I'm going to talk about three things. 1, 2016, 2, 2015, and 3, future predictions for this year. So let's talk about 2016. In 2016, the game started, well, it didn't actually start out, but it did well compared to in 2015 when it got a lot of, well, actually, it didn't really, it had its ups and downs, put it that way. And let me just talk about the downs first. The downs of Saberfront in 2016 was 1, it was kind of slow in development. Well, I know there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to tell you because it's kind of personal. So, but overall, the game did progress and it is now enjoyable. So, what's next for Saberfront? Well, all I can tell you is that Saberfront has developed into a game in which has become really good. Put it that way. So, yeah. It's become really good, but the downs of it is that 1, it was slow in development. 2, the second down is that it had a lot of cringy stuff. It wasn't really good until that cringy stuff was removed. 1 being blasters that don't even do much good. 2 being the fact that it had some weapons in which were terribly made, such as the E5 and that, yeah, the E5 and the Z6. Now the Z6 for now it may look like the minigun that you would see in for Mouillet, but it's going to be really different. It's going to have either a grayish tone to it, or it's going to have just blue blaster bolts instead of red bullets. So yeah. The next thing that I have to discuss is the lack of good sabers. Even though the sabers that we had were still good as they were in terms of their scripting, their building component wasn't really good. And that's what caused people not to want to play it that much, because they just saw it as a way not to get. They just saw it as a lightsaber that looked free modeled. And to be honest, it wasn't free modeled. I had to take time to modify most lightsabers, or find ones that were really good. And I did. I even had to take the sword script and modify that in order to make that work. So, yeah. Next thing is about the next thing that I'm going to discuss will be well, there wasn't much this year, but I can tell you one thing. The level doors and all the other features that came through, this was all part of a list of things that weren't very good in the game. Like all that stuff was just not needed. Like some stuff wasn't needed, like the PvP thing with the arena. That wasn't needed either. The only time the PvP mode will ever be needed is for the bounty hunters, rebels, and Imperials, who will be fighting with blasters. So, yeah. Yeah. So now, let's focus on the ups. Ups of the game was the concept. Over time, the concept got perfected and became really solid. The downs were overshadowed by the ups, particularly. The concept, the way it was made, it turned really good over time, especially when we added the map, in which would make the game really good. The likes, yeah. So those are the things that happened. The improvement and progression over time has eventually evolved it into what it is today. Simple as that. Now for 2015. 2015 there wasn't much to say about it. All I can say is that there was it was just neutral for a second. It did use a lightsaber, did not use a sword. It just used a lightsaber, not a sword. And yeah. So yeah. 2015 was, let me just say, a floozy, kind of, because there wasn't much to it. Yeah, there wasn't much to it. So, yeah. Yeah. Basically, 2015 was not much to it. It's just that's when the intro was made and everything else. It was basically the year in which the concept was starting to form. Well, not starting to form, but it was concepted or conceptualized a little bit in that year. So, yeah. 2017. What are my predictions? Well, here's one prediction. Number one. This year, the game will be really good, especially when it comes to the number of classes. Like, there will be bounty hunters, there will be rebels, Imperials, Jedi. There will basically be enough classes for good and evil to fight each other. Yeah. And they can come over and clash against each other too. Yeah. So, basically, that's what's going to happen. Another thing is extraction. It's supposed to be really exciting. And not only is extraction supposed to be exciting, extraction is also supposed to include a lot more, such as, for example, the AIs are supposed to be a lot more realistic in terms of the way they fire. If you're a stormtrooper, if you're a rebel, the rebels is supposed to be really different because they're supposed to be spawned in numbers. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, 2017 is also supposed to include other things too, such as, for example, there's supposed to be a lot more blasters coming out. There isn't supposed to be an EE4, but there is supposed to be the DL18. The Z6 is going to be used, which you have to have a certain extraction level for that. And not just the Z6, but also like other things too, such as, for example, the A280 Advanced. In fact, Advanced Weapons is supposed to come out as well. And yeah. So basically that's all I have on that. So yeah. I'll give you an update of what's to come soon. But this has been Arados12 giving you a quick DevSaber for only 11 minutes. And if you like, you can comment, subscribe, like, do whatever you want. I really don't give a darn what you do. It's just that you know, it's just been busy. And that's it. So cheers.